Okay, folks, here we have it, the story of one of the most tragic times I've ever had in the bush, mate. This was the time we were that pumped up to go to O'Allen, out the back of Goulburn, a really big property, 1,500 square hectare property. We had the bikes, Cam was there, Mark, like Hato, and Paul, all the kids, and we were heading off down towards the farm, a place we call the farm, and just a top day, sun was shining, and we got out there, and it was not long before I had the tragic accident on the bike, and that just damaged the leg. And here's the results right here, folks. Some of the worst injuries you could ever imagine, just unbelievable, eh? They liken this injury to something that happens with the big ski jumpers, with a high flying ski jumpers when they come down on a flat. The leg was just shattered, like they actually had to throw out pieces of the bone. They just couldn't put it back together again. And in this section here, you can see that they've got all my leg bolted through, and they've got it set so they can save the leg here, because I've actually got a gangrene infection here that set in after I'd had compartment syndrome for over 22 hours, so a lack of oxygen and blood down to that leg. So they had to open it up to the bone on both sides and leave it open for 9 days, and just temporarily set the leg and the ligaments while they saved the leg. So yeah, it was a 40% chance I'd keep the leg at this stage, so pretty damn scary thought, isn't it, folks? Especially for someone that loves the bush so much. So as you'll see, the progress of the recovery was just fueled by the love for nature and the bush. It really was. At real tough time too, I won't kid you guys. I mean, this was mid-December, so, and we're in mid-March now or whatever, so I've come a long way since then. So yeah, this was at Goulburn Hospital after the accident. Even at this early stage, I was already working on trying to keep mobility in the ankle and the foot, and just working it as hard as I could to move it around. Just so many damaged nerves, and all of the ligaments were just shot, and the bone, yeah, but they actually described the bone as mush. They said they'd never seen a bone as it's like it exploded. So yeah, just a tough time this, and really gets you thinking that one moment in life, sometimes the consequences of doing nothing at all basically can be severe. And as you see there, the leg was just twisted everywhere. And here we got, coming on a bit later, I think this is after I started getting the stitches out. I've spared just the most graphic pictures where you can actually see the leg open and the rest of it. So yeah, and the brace came on then. And then this, a moment of true triumph, mate. The struggle begins, and what a struggle it was. And I thank Bluey, mate, what a top bloke for coming out here, him and his mum and my dad, and supporting me through a real tough time. A lot of pain, still a lot of pain, but it's getting better day by day. As tough as it was, I shed a tear when I come back into the bush. It had been a little while, but it just lets you know exactly how much it means to you when you can't get out there. And the struggle there, yeah, I can remember I probably haven't done a couple of 100 metres this day, and I really felt it afterwards, but I was so happy to get out there. Yeah, the leg was a passenger at this stage, and yeah, I couldn't couldn't even put any downward pressure. And here I am going into the bush here looking for snakes. Oh God, what's up with you? Yeah, old caveman's in there. He's searching around. He might have seen a snake down there, I'm not sure. Yeah, you can't keep you away from the bush when you love it, mate, can you? I eventually got back to filming some little snippets on this day. That was a start, and I tell you, it was one special moment getting back into the bush and seeing all these guys that I hadn't seen for ages, and I've been thinking about them and wondering how they were doing, and yeah, just magic. So yeah, got to thank Bluey and his mum and dad and all of you guys out there. Really supported me and got me back to where I want to be, out in the bush, mate. Loving it. Oh wow, nice cankle. Yeah, eventually I got that brace off to get the stitches out. The leg's not looking so flash at the moment still. At this moment anyway. And yeah, it's come a long way since then too. So yeah, there's me brace when I eventually got the bandages off. And here I am, doing an intro for the next stop. Happiest thing ever. Just being able to get out there, and it looks like I'm actually starting to put a little bit of weight on that leg there. So yeah, the recovery, it's been so quick I can't complain, but it seemed like an eternity at the same time. It honestly has. Had a ball when I went down to the bush last time with Bluey. We must have done 3 or 4 kilometres, and I was crooked for probably 2.5 days. I actually couldn't even make it to the reptile expo. I couldn't walk, so yeah, but swelling's gone down. It feels okay again now. I just pushed it a little bit too far, but yeah, the recovery, mate, I'm going to work even harder, and still a long way to go, but yeah, just thought I'd share some of the story of those who don't know and others that do know, just to sum it up in a nutshell, and all of the grossest stuff I've kept from people. I mean, I think I posted it at first, but it's just because I was so sedated with medication. Yeah, look at that. Still a few scars. And then the ultimate, after months of sacrifice, pain, and pushing the limit of my body, here I am, back in the bush, back on 2 feet, and not back to 100%, but I can tell you, I've pushed this so quickly, even the doctors are astounded at the recovery. And they were telling me I wouldn't be up and walking until nearly Christmas time. So the shock on their face when I walked into that doctor's surgery carrying the crutches and handed it to them, and they said, "You're walking?" And I said, "I sure am." And yeah, they were in disbelief. So the recovery, just incredible. I still got a limp, and I've still got nowhere near the mobility in the leg that I should have, but I'm working on it, and I can tell you now, there's nothing that will stop me from getting back to where I was before and laying commando rolls and doing everything I was doing before. I refuse to lay down and yield no matter what comes my way. For the love of nature and for the love of the Cumberland Nature Crew and Next Stop Show, I just can't live without coming down the bush. So I'll push through anything. And just one amazing story of resilience, probably one of the toughest times in my life, but rising above these troubled times and the adversity, it's a true testament of how much you love the bush and want to get back to the bush, and a true testament to mental fortitude and strength. So doesn't matter what sort of injury you got, folks, with enough mental fortitude and willpower to kick on and push through that pain barrier, you can do anything. You really can. So an amazing story really of resilience and strength to come back from one of the worst injuries you could ever imagine. I lost a lot of my bones in my leg. They had to throw them in the bin. They just couldn't put it back together. It was that bad. They likened it to the injuries that skiers get when they do those high-flying acrobatics and land on the flat. Just absolutely exploded the knee and the tibia. So, yep, come back by the caveman, onto the Cumberland. Just amazing stuff, mate.